Hello, good evening, and thank you for waiting. Finally back with the next two parts, 67 and 68. Very exciting part coming in 68, but before that, it's 67. And it looks like only one piece will be working on this part, a big clump of metal. The good thing is, we get another few bags of screws. I like getting them, but they gave you loads of screws earlier and said, these are for future parts. Well, why do that and then just give us more screws? But I like what they're doing because I like to have the correct screws with the correct part, which those are going to be. So let's get on with this and see what I need to do first. Okay, first important thing to note is that these are both BF30. So take either one of these. The hole should be facing so that the sunken bit is facing away from you, like so. And you take one of these, and those two pieces are also the same, and you're lining it up with the bottom, like so. So the little pin will stick out the bottom there. You're then taking a silver screw and screwing that bit in there. Let's get that screwed in. Okay, there's a few things to note. They give you two screws, two different types of screws. One's a tiny silver one, one's a slightly bigger one. You need the bigger one to go in there because the tiny one will not catch on that hole, just in case anyone's confused. And secondly, this other piece, you need to do the same the other side, but you need to do it that way round so that the BF30 is up that way and then it's up the right way that way and that way, because if you put it on the other way round, you can see that is not equal. There's a gap that side, so you need to put it on the right side, which is that side. Let me screw this in place, which is in that side. Okay, those are on, and guess what we need to do next? That's right, all things being symmetrical, we need to do exactly the same as this side on the other end. So let me go and screw this in. That is it for 67. We've made a little weird metal tray thing, which is apparently the base of the body. Either way, it's extremely solid. Let us see what is in 68. Alright people, 68 is a momentous day. It is the first of the body parts. Okay, now here I'm obliged to make a joke about body parts being sent through the post. So I will. The very first body part. Don't know how many of these there are. Hopefully, if they've done it really well, then you won't see them overlapping, because that could look really weird as a cylinder. And also, you get these bits, and I have to say, I am a bit disappointed that that's not made of metal, because it really should have been metal, because that's a very visible, prominent piece. And they've made other bits out of metal that you barely see. Never mind, it still looks okay. So, let's see what we need to do. Okay, first thing you need to do is take this piece, and you need it this way up, so the square edge is that side, and the rounded edge is that side. And you take the sadly plastic octagonal part and you insert it into there. And then you take one of our beloved black self-tapping screws and you screw it into there. So let me go and screw this in. Alright, next you are taking the body part. Finally, our first body part. This is a monumentous occasion. Is monumentous a word? Anyway. You're taking the blue piece that you just put together, and the circle piece, or sorry, the rounded piece, is at the bottom, and the squared off edge is at the top. And you are putting it over the back, like so. And guess what we need next? Another two black screws. So, let me go and screw this bit in. Alright, Bosch is in there, looking quite cool. So, next, we're taking this C-shaped plastic, which again, I would have liked to have been metal, but there you go. And you're lining it up with semicircle there, and it doesn't say to screw it in, it just says to push it through. So let's push it through. There we go. Success. Okay, we're taking the only other 2 bits that you got with this part, flip them over so that the numbers, so you can see the number, and flip that silver bit over so it's the white side, and clip them together. Well, that was tricky. And so next you're lining it up with the body part, or the body panel I should say. You're slipping it into there, and look at that, it fits very nicely. And then finally you're going to be taking the, I think they're the diddy little tiny black screws, because it's saying 4mm, not 6mm, and you're screwing those 2 bits there so that it holds it in place. So let me go and screw this in. Alright, that's in there. It was those tiny screws, because it only needs a tiny amount of screw to hold it in place, and it's looking quite good. I like that. It looks better than I thought it would, despite being plastic. I'm quite sad about that. These should be metal. I don't know why they can't make those metal, especially this bit. So that's part 68. I've enjoyed that because the last time was intense, so it's nice to have a nice easy bit of a break. I like how that's turned out. I don't know how much is going to be above and below this, because surely that's not the entire height of the body. Oh, I can see where the shoulder bit is now, I think. Anyway, that is the end of all 4 parts. Sorry about the delay, but I don't want to rush these videos, so that's why there was a delay this time. Hope you've enjoyed watching, and don't forget to meet me back here in about 3 or 4 weeks, and we'll carry on. Until then, see you soon.